a majority of life happens in your head. There's very little that is actually out there. The bulk of your experience is internal. Hi there. Thank you for being here. If you enjoy these types of videos, please subscribe to my channel. Let your presence be felt by leaving comments, and book a reading with me if you're interested in a personal tarot reading. Please check out my website. Okay, let's see what today's word is. And if you've seen a couple of these videos already, you know the deal, you know how it works. We randomly choose a card with a Hungarian word on it. We talk about it. We ask the tarot, and we contemplate this marvelous existence together. Okay, so the word of today's video is kiteljesedés, which I guess could be translated into self-actualization or fulfillment, or I guess another way of explaining it is something coming into its own, something really taking its final shape. So let's find out what the cards have to say about this. And I would like to ask you guys, what are some of the first associations that come up for you? So if you're so willing, leave a comment and let me know what you first think of when it comes to self-actualization and fulfillment and all of that. Do you think you're heading in the right direction for that? And are you ever even really thinking about attaining this state? How do you imagine it's going to be? Is it a state? Is it a place? Is it a state of mind? Is it some type of action that you take? What is it? Okay. So here's the first clue from the tarot. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Very telling of how the tarot sees this subject. So when it comes to fulfillment of self or any endeavor, it is the mountains and heaps of work that's been put in that is often largely invisible. So if you look at accomplished people who are successful in their field, who are crushing it, it's easy to think of them with envy and to kind of also to kind of see what they did as natural and easy to them, at least. We imagine that there's such a thing as talent or genius or whatever that is kind of like currency, and some people have more of that currency at birth. They are in a better starting position than us, and so we feel jealousy or envy. But the truth is that this does not exist. It's always copious amounts of work and effort and energy that is invested in any moment of self-actualization, which it probably is not even accurate to refer to it as a moment, because that has such a fleeting structure. It's more of a way of life that you can practice if you are so willing. And so with the Eight of Pentacles, what comes up is diligence and humility. No questions asked. Just put your head down and do the work. Without the work, there's absolutely no way of achieving what you want. And this is also, this Eight of Pentacles is also downplaying the importance of genius or even ingenuity. The Eight of Pentacles is showing the work that's done by an apprentice who follows a very specific set of instructions, who has kind of a blueprint or a model for working and follows it rigorously. So this is not about inventiveness either, or creativity. This is simply dedication to the process of bringing it into existence, whatever it is that you find on your path towards enlightenment. And it almost doesn't even matter what it is. Of course, there could be personal preferences. There are some people who like to run or do sports. There are people who are interested in painting or writing poems. There are other people who like to start companies. It really doesn't matter what it is, but you're bringing into existence something that hasn't been before, but you're doing it in such a way that it's your individualistic or ego-driven tendencies that are taking a back seat. They are pushed to the background, and they don't matter as much as the work itself. Okay, so what else can the tarot tell us about this path? What else is being revealed right now? Okay, the Ten of Swords. Now, looks like we're getting some tough love from the cards today. The Ten of Swords is not a particularly pleasant sight. It actually inspires fear and apprehension, and in some people even panic when they see this card. However, don't fret. This is a fair warning, and it is useful and necessary for you to hear this. The Ten of Swords cannot actually harm you in any way, meaning that it represents the thoughts, the self-defeating, self-torturing, self-hating patterns of thought that you harbor and that you base your working model of reality on. So how you see your position, how you interpret the quote-unquote failures that come your way, these are the things that can truly make a difference between a person who lives a self-actualized life versus someone who chickens out. So it's very important that you differentiate between factual, pragmatic reality. This is the realm of Pentacles, and the realm of theory, the realm of assumptions. And it's so important that you notice that a majority of life happens in your head. There's very little that is actually out there. The bulk of your experience is internal and it's thought-based. So your thoughts, they have a power, an incredible power over you. And if you let them pierce you through and put you down, then you are pierced through. You are put down. There's a reality, a simulation running in your consciousness, which to most of us is realer than what is out there. And if things are going awry in that arena, then that's a recipe for disaster. So keeping your thoughts in line, making sure that the Eight of Pentacles work is done. You put your money where your mouth is. You put in the work and you dedicate lots of energy, most of your energy, to what it is that you're committed to. And simultaneously, it's so important that you're careful and cognizant of the internal monologue or dialogue, depending on what is actually going on in your head at that moment. Sometimes these are monologues, sometimes they're dialogues, sometimes they're instructions, insults. But there's a type of propaganda machine built into our heads that is trying to persuade us to give up, to surrender, to feel sorry for ourselves. And those voices, those kinds of messages, they are not real in the sense that the pentacles that you are working on are real, and yet they are powerful. So this is an interesting dichotomy worth observing, how without substance your thoughts are, and at the same time how incredibly inflicted and impacted you can get by them. So there's this, I guess, this program in your mind that also seeks fulfillment, but this is antithetical to your fulfillment. So it's almost as though there's a mind parasite. We all have this to varying degrees. The mind parasite is your enemy. It's a fragment of yourself that turns on the self every now and then and starts to try and sabotage you. So it's important that you recognize that this is a zero-sum game, that it's either you are going to win, you, the individual, the complete self, or this wayward program, which is composed of childhood trauma, of bullying, of oppressive indoctrination from the media, from society, all kinds of broken, damaged parts of you that team up to destroy the whole. Now, your task is to continually be alert to this phenomenon and to revert back to, or to keep referring back to, the tangible reality of the Eight of Pentacles. This is the best way out. This is the best way towards fulfillment of self. So I hope that you enjoy this reading. I wish you the best of luck with your fulfillment journey. And again, if you'd like to book a personal reading, I recommend that you check out my website. You can find the link below and leave comments. I love reading your comments. See you next time. Bye-bye.